everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new project. This is Yuletide from my mind's eye. This is from my stash. I bought a what they call a craftology box at Country Craft Creations, and I got it a couple years ago, and it had this full collection in it, and I've never done anything with it, and I don't like having things in my stash, so I'm going to try and knock out kind of a quick project, hopefully. But anyway, let me show you what I've got. I have 12 sheets of the collection. Now, I'm sure you won't be able to get this anymore. It's a couple of years old, but you can see it's just a classic Christmas, so there's no reason you can't make this project. I'm sure that they have something similar. One thing to be aware of is these papers are glittery, and they are shedding glitter like crazy. So let me just show you. And that. And there's that one. And that one. So I have, as I said, 12 sheets of 12 by 12, so not a lot. And look at all that glitter. But I do have a 6x6 pad, so I'm going to do a 6x6 book because that'll allow me to stretch this as much as I can. I have the Decorative Embellishments pack. I don't know what this is. It just says 63 pieces. It's got bells and chipboards and looks like some baker's twine. I have a sticker sheet. These are Prima flowers. I've used these in quite a few projects lately, but there were some in the package. Layered stickers, and these are, I would call these chipboards, so I guess they're chipboards. Don't know what I'll be using. Okay, just gathering tools. So what I have here are I'm using black cardstock, which I don't usually do, but I am today. I have 3 12 by 12 pieces. We're going to do folded pocket pages. I have a whole video on how to do them, but I will also show you in this one. Sorry, that was my watch. You're going to score at 6 and at 6 for all 3. Okay, so let's just work with one. Set these two aside. And what you need to do is cut one. So all of these form a cross in the middle, right? Because they're this way, this way. You want to cut one of these lines from center to edge, or edge to center, on each piece. And I am going to attempt to do that on my paper trimmer. I'll probably fail, but we shall see. So this is 6x6, so if I put that at the 6-inch mark. Okay. So once you've cut it, so now we've cut it, you're going to fold it in half. Try to line up your corners. That's pretty good. Okay, then you're going to take the loose ones and fold those back, and again try and line up your corners as best you can. This can be a little tricky to get everything lined up, so just do the best you can. And that's not lining up at all, so I feel like maybe I haven't cut that far enough. It seems to be. Just gonna see if I can fold that one separately just to get it where I want it. Okay, it's not bad. Okay, and then so we just did that, and then you're gonna turn it over and fold this one that way. And again, I'm gonna try and line it up as best I can. Sorry, I'm making a racket. Okay, so what you end up with is this opens, let me turn it this way. This opens like this, then you have, this is the fold right here. This opens and you have an opening, which would be where your side pocket insert and your spine or your hinge are going to go. And then another page, and it's open at the bottom here, but we're going to close that. Okay, so there's one. Let me do the other two. All right, here we go. There are three. Now, there are two different, well, there's a bunch of ways you could close these, but there are two that I like, and I will show you both of them. So the first way, when I say closing them, I mean closing this bottom here. And the first way is to wrap a pocket around it, which we're going to do on two of these, and the other is to put a gusset. So for that, we're going to need two pockets, one for each of these. Let me show you how. Sorry, geez, for some reason I keep whacking my watch, which is probably sounds terrible. Okay, I think a 2.5 inch or so finished size would be good. And it's going to wrap around. So you need double the height. So 2.5 times 2 is 5. So we need a pocket that is 5 inches deep. And this is going to be 6, but we want it smaller than that because I don't want to interfere with the folds. Plus, just folding it made this a little shorter than 6. So I'm going to make my pocket 5 7/8, and then we have to add an inch for scoring for our tabs. So 6 7/8. So we need two pieces, one for each of the two pages where we're putting pockets, 5 by 6 7/8. So let me go ahead and cut those. Okay, so we have two of those, and then for the third one, we are going to make a gusset, and for that, I need a piece 1 inch by 5 7/8. So there's that piece. All right, and might as well do that one first since there's only one of those. So we're going to take that piece and score it right down the middle, so about 1/2 inch. And fold it in half. And we are going to trim the corners. Now, for some reason, when I have something this small and I score it and I cut it in half, it's never even, but don't worry, it'll be perfectly fine for what we're doing. Okay, and now we can use either glue for this or tape. And I'm trying to decide. If I was going to use tape, I probably should have put it down first. I think I will use tape though. Okay, and I am not sure. I may be actually, I'm not totally out. I am almost out of my 3/8 inch score tape. However, I have more arriving tomorrow. One reason I don't like working with black is I have such a hard time seeing it. To me, it's a very harsh, I was going to say color, but black isn't technically a color, but to me it's kind of harsh. I usually, as you know if you watch my channel, if I need a dark color, I tend to go with dark blue or dark green or brown. Oh, okay, that was all about. Okay, why is my tape not tearing? Okay, there we go. Right. Just burnish that tape. Yeah, let's get rid of these. Okay, so take one of your bases that we made, and you've got your fold at the top, you've got a flap and a flap and a fold, and at the bottom here it's open. So here we have flaps, it's open, open at the top, open at the bottom. But here it's open at the top, closed at the top, open at the bottom. That's where this tab is going to go. Okay? So you've got to fold here, cut here, fold here, and this is where it's going. And you're going to put it down with the fold right against the edge. Okay, it can be in slightly, but you definitely don't want it out slightly. I'm going to peel back a little bit of this tape. I'm going to pick it up so I can see it. I apologize, I don't see well, so for these I do need to pick up. And I'm just lining that up. There we go. Now, you could just put glue there, fold it over. But if you do that, you're really limiting what you can put in the pocket because there's no volume. And the other thing is this is going to be going over a hinge, and you'll have to make your hinge pretty short if you do it that way. So you can do it that way, but I definitely do not recommend it. And then for the other side, we're just going to pull that off and lay that down. There we go. Okay, so now we have one assembled full page set. Okay, now let's do the pockets. Now, if you have seen I've done a number of books this way, but if you've seen my Stamperia Voyage Fantastique, which is the single most popular video series on my channel, I did it this way. So we are going to score each of the short ends at 1/2 inch. And normally when you do a pocket, you would then also score one of the long ends. But we're not going to do that. We are going to turn it and we are going to score it right in the middle at 2.5. Okay. Now this pocket and the one holding the other one, they don't have to be the same. You could do a little short pocket and then a really tall pocket, however you want to do it. Now, this particular paper has no really dramatic things that need to be featured, so it should be fairly easy for us to do in terms of like flaps and pockets and things, because we don't have to size anything, to match a specific design, as I often do with Stamperia. All right, so first we're going to fold it in half. In half. Okay. Now I think I'm just going to go ahead and tape and then cut. Hopefully I have enough tape left. And now we have to trim our corners. These scissors are totally gunked up. Okay. So you just want to trim up to, but not past that score line. Sorry, I can't see it. And then I like to just fold it in half and cut in the middle again, just up to the score line. Just like that, and then we're going to do the same on this one. Just like that. think for my accent colored cardstock, I'm just going to use white. And I think that'll look nice. All right. So now we want to fold our tabs in. Okay. Now, we need to find the opening, which is going to be here. I'm going to turn around. So here's the opening, here's the fold. And what we need to do is wrap this around that opening at the bottom. Sorry about that. Okay. And you want it really up firm against that opening. And then I'm going to, and I hope that's really well lined up. I can't really see it from where I'm at. Okay. There we go. Okay. And just turn it over. The other one's easier because it's already in place now. That, and you'll see we have a gap here, but that's okay. We did that on purpose so that we would have some space there. Otherwise, it's really hard to fold the flaps. Okay, so now we have a pocket. It's closed at the bottom, pocket, and a flap. And then we're going to do the exact same thing here. I don't know why I keep brushing the glitter off. This project is going to be covered with glitter until it's end of its life, probably. Okay. So I'm going to turn those, put that there, and fold that over. And I want to line this up. I want to make sure it's firm there, and I want to make sure it's lined up with the outer edge of the page. I feel like it's just right where I want it. Oops. Okay. Okay, and the way I like to do these when I put them in the book usually is pocket, gusset, pocket. And we'll end up adding more pockets, but all right, so that is that. There's our pages. Now, all right, I'm going to take a pause because I want to plan out exactly what I'm going to do on these pages. I'm really thinking I might just do I might just redo Voyage Fantastique, all the same things. That would make doing the cutting guide and everything much easier, except I'm not sure there ever was a cutting guide for that album. Anyway, all right, I'll be back in a few seconds. We'll keep going. I am back, right? I did take a look at Voyage Fantastique, which I don't think I'm going to follow it exactly, but I'll do some of the same elements, which are basically the same elements I do on every album. Okay, so this is a pocket. It's 3 by 7. We're going to score long side at half and both short sides at half. was thinking that what I may do is put down some of the papers, especially on larger areas, and maybe put like a photo mat on top, just because that's all those glittery pages. There's a lot going on there. You may want to tone that down a little. And I like glitter as much as the next person, but I really like showcasing papers when they have something to show me, you know, like an image of some kind. But when it's, you know, just based, well, I don't know. That's not really true. There's some that I like to show that don't have that much going on, but I don't know. I think the reason I haven't made anything with this album is it just, I wasn't sure what to do with it. Okay, so I'm just going to peel back the sides, put the bottom. Okay, so here's our pocket, and I'm going to put this here, okay? So I'm just going to peel the back of the tape just away from the corner, and it is going here, so I'm just going to turn it so I can line it up this way. And I've put it in about, I don't know, maybe a 1/16, and actually, did I put that? That's not good. Hang on. I don't have it. It's off the edge a little bit. I'm gonna fix it now before it gets worse. I spilled some. Okay. Anyway, I am going to bring it in about a 1/16 of an inch from this edge, because this edge is going to be down into the spine, and I don't like to, and it's already got quite a bit of bulk there, so. Okay, that's better. Okay, and so that's there, pocket here, and I had this scrap, and actually in Voyage Fantastique there is a flap right here, and like I said, I'm not copying it exactly, but as I happen to have a scrap right there, I'm just going to go ahead and put the same thing here. Alright, and this happens to be 5.5 by, looks like maybe 5 1/8. But again, it's a scrap, so you know, use whatever you've got. Yeah, 5 1/8. So I'm putting the 5.5 and scoring. Oh, that's gorgeous. Whoa. I feel like I'm being very noisy today. Oops, that's the last of the tape. Okay, I'm just going to use 1/4, which is fine. going to eyeball this. Looks about right. Let's see. Okay. And go. And that one's going to need a magnet. I probably ought to order some magnets. I'm getting low. Oops. Somebody's running a saw, it sounds like. Okay. There's that. And just grab the smaller scrap. Okay. So we have pocket, flap, pocket, pocket, and Voyage Fantastique has a horizontal belly band here, but I'm not... I like the way they look, but I don't like the fact that you have to mechanically find some way for the stuff to not fall out. So I think maybe we'll do something else there. And maybe we'll just leave it as is for a photo. Let's go here. So then I think what I'm going to do here, so this page is going to face like that. And I'm thinking flaps. But maybe not full flaps. Maybe just partial flaps. Maybe, yeah, maybe 4-inch wide flaps. One on each side. I'm thinking. Okay, here's what I don't like to do. Like, I don't really want to do exactly the same thing on these two pages. So I'm going to do a 4-inch wide flap on each one, but then I'm going to do something else so that on the surface they look the same, but when you open them, they'll be different. So first, let me get those flaps. So those need to be 4.5 by 6. So those are going to be there. So then we will open like this. And if I was using Stamperia or something that was really decorative, I would just go ahead and just play a design all the way across. But that's not what we have here. So I think what I'm going to do here is a narrow pocket here with a flap that closes it. on that side. So let me go ahead and cut it while I'm thinking of it. So for this, we need a pocket 2 by 7. No, 2.5 by 7, because I'm going to lose a 1/2 inch for my tab. So 2.5 by 7. Let me cut that. So it's going to be 2.5 by 7, and then we're going to need a flap on this side. And I want the flap to be wide enough with that I can put a magnet to close it, unless we want to do something else, but I like to use magnets. So all right, so I'm going to do 4 by 6 for that flap. And what I'm thinking for this side, okay, so that's going to open. We're going to have a flap pocket. So until you actually flip this open, you're not going to realize there's a pocket there. So what I'm thinking is maybe a flap the exact same size on this side. Although then it's just going to look like I forgot the pocket, so that's not going to work. How about a vertical flap? No, we just did a vertical flap. This is what I go through off camera, usually. All right, I'm just going to put this flap on, and I'm not going to worry about another element on it. And if I decide I want to add one, I will. But for now, okay, so I need to set that aside for the moment and just do this flap, because I don't want to just put something there willy-nilly, and maybe there's something we'll need down the line. You know, we'll finish and think, oh, we wish we had another one of those or something. Okay. Right, so this is going to go here. So much glitter. Okay. Right along there. And I am going to use a little bit of art glitter glue, which I don't really use for construction very much, but I am out of tape until tomorrow. So if I want to keep going, it's that or 1/4 inch, and I think I'd rather use the glue. Here. And since I can't fix this once it's down, I am definitely picking it up to make sure I get it lined up properly. Okay. Hang on. Did I put that in the right place? Yes. Okay, that goes there, and it needs magnet. I definitely need magnets. Okay, as soon as I finish with this recording, I'm going to order some. I'm just going to take extras because I'm going to need them for the next page as well. Probably ought to order some 1/4 inch too, although I think I have another roll of 1/4 inch. I'm not sure. If I don't, I need to order it. Where's my scraps? All right, so that is one mostly done. I mean, we may make some changes, but for the most part, it's done. All right, let's bring this one over. Sorry, I'm just knocking things over. Okay, so this one, we have the flap, and then we have the pocket and the pocket flap. Okay. So we are going to score 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch at each end. And these are both flaps, so just one score along the long end. These is, no, I'm just making sure these are not the same size. Okay, so this is the flap, the pocket flap. This is the actual flap. And that is going here, I think. I want to make sure I've got this right side up. Yes. So that's going to go there. So this is going to go here, like that. So first, because I'm not using tape, I'm just going to put a little, hopefully, dab of glue at the bottom of each of the sides. Hopefully you can see that, to hold the bottom of the pocket up. Because I want the bottom of the pocket on top of the sides. Okay, and now put a little glue. Sorry, again, I'm picking it up because I can't see it otherwise. Okay. And I'm going to put this, I need to pick it up, I'm sorry. Again, I put that about 1/16 of an inch in from the fold there. And make sure everything is burnished. Okay. And then this one, going to go opposite where we just put the pocket along the other edge. just put my fingers right in it. I'm not used to working with glue for assembly. I used to do it all the time, but for most demonstration purposes, tape works better. Plus, especially this time of year, I don't want to go through my art glitter glue where I don't need to, since I can't get more until spring usually. There. Okay, and so they need magnets. This is actually going to take 4 magnets, I think. Hang on, we'll figure it out. All right, so that one's going to go about there. And just buying scraps all over my desk from recent projects. That is going to go there. Okay. And then this is going to go here, and we're going to need another set of magnets there. So that's going to go there. Okay. Oh, that slid on me. Hang on. Okay, that's better. That's one thing about glue is you have a little bit more lead time to fix it. Okay, there. So we have that, and then that, and this needs. I'm just wondering, do we want a magnet there, or maybe we'll use something and tie it? I think I do want a magnet. I don't like to put ties under mats, and that's how I would have to do this side. Actually, and this side as well, but I do it if I have to, but I feel like you could easily yank on that tie and just tear a mat pretty easily. Find a mat. There's one from, or not a mat, but a scrap. There's one from horses. Okay, go. Now. All right, so we have 1, 2, pocket, nothing here, flap, also a pocket, flap. Okay, There we go. It's pretty good. And let's see. We're doing good. I'm just checking the time. So on this one, we don't have any built-in pockets, so we may add some, but it gives us quite a bit of leeway for what we might want to do. I'm going to stop for a second, gather my thoughts as to what I want to do in the next few pages, and be right back and we'll keep going. I have picked out some stuff. I did go into the, what is it? Hang on. This package here, the one that had the bells in it, to see if there was anything to sort of inform my choice of what I wanted to do. I pulled these out. We may do something to feature at least one of those. And you'll see I do have a spot where I have something I'm going to use. So let me figure out where I'm at. Okay, that's that one. Okay, so this is the one that we did that has the pocket with the flap. And then I said I wasn't going to do a horizontal belly band, but I totally changed my mind. I'm going to do a really, really wide one that is, oops. Okay, so it needs to be 7 by 4. That's that. I don't have anything for here, may leave it plain. I found this little card, which I absolutely love. And an envelope to fit this card, you need a 6 by 6 square, and I have 6 by 6 pad, and I chose this. I think I'm going to put it on the outside of the envelope, and then the envelope will be a flap. So that's that. And, okay, hang on, what was I going to do here? I cut pieces. Oh, this is going to be facing flaps like that. And then this is going to be an accordion pocket. So that's everything for here. So we might as well go ahead and do these things. Okay, so, oops, let me just slide this over. Hang on. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is this really wide belly band, which I thought it would be wide enough you could actually put a photo on it. 4 by 6 will fit exactly, or you can just trim a 1/4 inch off your photo, which most photos benefit a little bit from cropping anyway. Okay, there we go. And you don't have to trim the corners on belly bands. I'm going to want to make that a little bit shorter. Yeah. Just because, you know, it's going to be down in there. Right. Got all these pieces. Let me just set these aside just to make life easier. And hopefully you all can remind me when I forget what any of them are. Okay. Let's put all that over there. Okay. Back to this belly band. Okay, so I'm going to rescore that. I'm going to make it just, I'm going to score it at 5/8 instead of at 1/2. Since it's inside here and there's no space between these two pages, I need to leave a gap at the spine of a little bit. And I'm not putting it all the way at the bottom the way I'm showing you right now. I'm just testing it for fit. Okay, that's good. And I could trim a little off, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to be covered by the mat. So I want to center this, which means there needs to be 1 inch on either side. And I'm going to be using glue because I am out. I don't want to wait until tomorrow till I get my score tape. because today's Saturday. And I'd like to get as much done over these 2 days as I can because I don't get a lot done during the week. Sorry, my glue is, I forgot to put the top back on my glue and it's got a clog. There we go. Okay. And I'm just using the marks on my board as a guide because I do want this. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't want it to be way off either. And that looks good. The train going through. I don't live super close to the train, but you can hear them when they go, which I like trains, so it doesn't bother me at all. Okay. So I definitely have a gap here, which I wanted, but I feel like it's almost too much of a gap. Hold on, let me take a look. I can't really see from where I'm looking. Actually, no, it's not, because when I bring this over, I'm going to need that gap, or it's just not going to close. What did I do with my little ruler? There it is. Just want to go in there and make sure that we don't glue anything shut that we don't want to. It's there. Oh, there's a magnet there. I'm like, why is that sticking? Because there's a magnet. Okay, here's that. We're leaving this one plain. And then this one is getting the envelope. So let's do that. I just need to cut this little white tab off. And I am using my envelope punch board. These are not expensive and I highly recommend you get one. I use it in a good percentage of my albums. Okay, so I'm using this one here that says it's a 3x4 card and the paper size is 6x6 and it says score it at 2 5/8. So, if you've never seen how one of these works, I have cut my square to the right size. I am lining up the edge here with the 2 5/8 mark and then scoring here. And then punch, and then you turn and see where it says score guide. You just line up where you just scored with that little point and score again. Punch and just repeat. It's very easy. Whoops. There we go. And then once I decide, which is probably going to be here, is going to be the top of the envelope. So let's just fold and fold. Yeah, because I don't really want that. So that's going to be the top. So I'm just going to put that in the back here. And that rounds the corner. And the other thing that I like to do is cut off this point. Okay. Oh, I took my scoring tool back. So I am just putting my ruler down right where these little V's are, making a mark, and then I'm going to cut that with my scissors. go. Oops. All right, so that's going to go like that. That's going to go like that. And then this is the top of the envelope. Like that. And I think we're going to have to wait to actually attach this until I have a mat. And then I want to decide, like if I put this, what you can do is put this under the mat and then just flap, but I really like the way this looks, so I don't want to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll either make a gusset to attach it, so it goes like that, or more likely, I may just I may just glue this down so this just opens, and then I don't know, I'm gonna play with it, but this is going here with this. But either way, whatever I do, I can't do it until I mat that. This is plain. Oh no, it's not. This gets 2 flaps. Hang on. Okay, so let me set that aside for the moment. Let's do those 2 flaps. Okay, 2 flaps. These are 3.5 by 6. And we're just going to score one long side. 1/2 inch. Like that. And these, I think I will close with a ribbon, a seam binding, which is going to add a little bit of bulk in here, but I think that's okay. Yeah, right. Let's see. Put those there. And I'm just going to tie a faux bow here. Make myself a little bulk. Yeah, it's all right. That'll be fine. Okay. Just making sure that it's going to work. Now I have to untie the knot I made. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's trim our corners. And these are going to go there. Just checking for fit. And again, I'm going to leave it a little bit away from that inner fold, which means these will slightly overlap, which is perfectly fine. However, if I'm going to close them with seam binding, I need to put that down first. All right. And so I need a piece. You know what? It's going to be the same size as this, so let's just test this. And actually, before I do this, let me check this. Okay. Alright, so if I... Hang on, I'm thinking aloud. Never mind. Okay, let me just put this through. Okay. So that's big enough for that. But before I do that, it's just a red and white baker's twine. I'm just looking to see if any of these things that I have included something I want to use. I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to stick with what I had. Okay, so that's that. That's that. This is where these are going. And where's some tape? So I just need a piece of tape in the middle. Okay. And just adding a little extra so that it's nice and flat. And this will be covered by a mat. And I'm thinking I might even do a vellum pocket or something in here, but that's not something we have to do right away, so. Okay, there we go. Now, put these down. Just checking them again for fit. Looks good. Good. And then this one is going to go here. Make sure it's lined up well. Looks good. There. Doesn't matter how they overlap. And then, like I said, we may put a vellum pocket or something on the inside of that, or we may not. We may just mat it. Have you open it for a photo? Is that. Okay, it closes like that. It's a little bulky, but it'll be fine. And then we are going to do we want that? I'm just thinking, we've got a fair bit of bulk already. Do I want to add a bulky accordion here? I think I'll leave this plain, and I'll do the accordion in the next grouping. So let me bring that over. And glitter, lots of glitter. Okay, so this is the pocket page, the second pocket page. And on this one here, I'm going to do just a full-size flap that goes that way. So this is 6 by 6.5. And did I put my score? I did. So I've got the 6.5 across the top, and we're going to score it at half. And while I am at it, I have a belly band that is, it looks like it's 6.5, and it should be 7. It is 6.5, but you know what? I'm just going to go with it and just use 1/4 inch scores at either end. It should be fine. So this is 2 by 7 for yours, and you're going to score 1/2 inch at either end. I may end up cutting another one, but for now I'm just going to leave it. Corners. And glue. It's not that much glue. Okay. All right. And this is going here. And I'm probably going to end up trimming a little bit off this flap just because it's going to be down in the spine, and if you leave it all the way down in there it can catch, but for now it's okay. And then this is plain right now. I think that's where I will put this vertical belly band. You know what, I'm going to cut it the right size. I'll be right back. So 2 by 7, score it at 1/2 inch. And I'm going to score one end at 5/8 because I've got the same situation. No, this is a vertical, so this is fine. I don't need to worry about the spine. Okay, 1/2 inch at each end. And I'm just lining that up with the inch marks on the board. Fits good. Okay, let's do that. Go. More glue than I want, so I'm just going to spread some of that out a little bit. Okay. Okay. I don't know if it's coming across my camera, but all these pieces are just sparkling with glitter. Okay, there's that. And I probably ought to put the magnets on that before I forget. Okay, come on. Break my nail. I did break my nail. Let's see if I can push it off. There we go. Oh, shoot. Came back. There. They are so strong, which is good, but it can be a pain. Literally. Okay. Now, you know what? I know I'm going to have to trim this, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it now. I'm going to take off about 1/4 inch. So, just a little bit. The inside will be visible, but I'm perfectly fine with that. I'd rather have that than have the edge catching all the time in the hinge. And find a scrap. Okay, there we go. And take that down. Okay, and that's going to go that way. We have our belly band, and we have our pocket here. We have a pocket here. I'm going to leave that plain for now, and we're going to do our accordion here. And I'm going to do a flap on this accordion, but I haven't cut it yet. Okay, so this is 9 by 4. You're going to put that in your scoreboard, and you are going to score a 1/2 inch, an inch, and an 1.5 inches, and then turn it and do the same thing, a 1/2 inch, an inch, and an 1.5 inches. Okay, and then one long side at a 1/2 inch. Now, when you do that, I don't know if you can see it, but you have your 3 scores, 3 spaces here and 3 spaces here, and then this line, and that makes 3 little squares at the bottom. You want to cut those off. And you want to, as if you were cutting the corner, you're going to come in from a little bit of an angle this way, and then just a shallow angle up. Okay, like that. So I'm going at a shallow angle there, and then there, okay? And this would be easier if I had my score tape, which I could wait until tomorrow, because it's coming tomorrow, but I never know what time my delivery is going to come. So it could be tomorrow night. Okay. So I'm going to, let's put that out. So you're going to fold it in. Okay, so you've got all of it folded in. And you're going to fold it in again. And then fold it in again. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Fold it in. Fold it in. And fold it in. Okay. Now we need to make an accordion. So you're going to fold it in and out and then in. Okay, so you've got that little W or M or whatever it looks like to you, and you're going to do that at both ends. So now you have these springy things. And you can actually do this on the bottom as well, but I have found just doing it this way gives me all the volume I really need. Okay, so then we're going to fold the bottom over the top, and I don't, you know what, I'm going to use, no I don't even have enough 1/4 inch to really use tape there. So I am just going to put a little bit of glue here, and a little bit of glue there, and fold that over. good squeeze. Okay. There. And this is going to go here. Hopefully I'm in the right spot. Yes, at the bottom here. Okay. And I could have made it a hair narrower, but I'm okay with it. Put it in there. Okay. And this gets glued down just like a regular pocket. You would if you had tape, you would just put your tape here and here and here. I don't have tape, so I am using glue. Whoops, you know what? Hang on. I do want to trim the upper corner. And really, we should have trimmed all of this at an angle before I folded it. But you know what? It's going to be fine. But I did do just the inner ones. But you can go ahead and do all of it. Okay. And I think I'm going to lift it up. Get that lined up. Okay. And get that side down. And this is where our little flexible ruler comes in handy. Okay, just like that. Okay, and now I need to pick out the size. I wasn't sure what size flap I wanted. That's why I haven't done it yet. I think 5. So I need 5.5 by 6. Cut that. All right. And I'll put the 5.5. Wait a minute. 6. Is that? Yeah, 5.5 across the top. And score. Got all my tools out again. No, I don't. Put it away. It's a miracle. Okay. I'm hearing noises that I should not be hearing. Somebody is getting into trouble. I can hear it. Hang on, I need to go get a cat out of whatever it is she's in. Okay, she's decided to join me and she's telling me all about her adventure in attempting to get into the trash. Okay, so this is going to go up here. And just want to make sure that lines up, and it does. Picking it up so that I can see it. Oh, I got too much glue there. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do with this, and I might as well do it now, is either round or scallop or something those corners. thinking scallop. She could have done it before I put them on, but that's okay. Go. All right, and magnets. All right, I need to order 1/4 inch tape and magnets. I already ordered the 3/8, that's on the way. That. Usually I'm surrounded with scraps, but I seem to have cleaned most of them up, but I have a few. There we go. And let me put some tape there. And there. Okay. All these. That's page 1. Well, I don't know. I may mix them up, but I think that is it for today. Next time we will add our mats. We'll figure out how we're going to add that envelope, and we'll just continue on with this project. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And that's it. Bye-bye.